Have you ever felt like your mind never stops running, as if your thoughts have a life of their own? Have you ever noticed that some days feel heavy, even when nothing bad is happening? Often, it's not life that wears us down. It's our thoughts about life, thoughts about the future, thoughts about what people think, thoughts about mistakes we haven't even made. Today's story reveals a truth that can lighten any burden. Sometimes we're not suffering from our problems. We're suffering from our imagination of them. And the moment we understand this, life becomes lighter than we ever believed. In a quiet village lying between soft hills and whispering winds, there lived a young man named Aaron. People admired him for his kindness, sincerity, and calm nature. But behind that gentle smile lived a mind that never rested. He worried about his future. He worried about disappointing others. He worried about failing. Some nights, he even worried about things that didn't exist anywhere but in his thoughts. Lying on his thin mat at night, he stared at the roof while silent fears grew louder. What if I can't handle tomorrow? What if everything goes wrong? What if I'm not enough? What if people judge me? His heart was young, but his worries made him feel old. Aaron felt as though he was carrying a mountain on his chest. One evening, unable to bear the inner weight anymore, Aaron climbed a hill near the village. People said a wandering monk often rested there, a man who answered the questions a heart couldn't explain. At the hilltop, Aaron found him, sitting beneath a solitary tree, watching the sunset paint the sky with quiet gold. Aaron sat down beside him, unsure yet desperate. The monk turned, smiled gently, and asked, "What troubles you, young man?" Aaron's voice broke. "Master, my life feels heavy. I worry about everything, my future, my failures, what others think. Even when nothing is wrong, something tightens inside me, as if I'm carrying a weight I can't see." The monk listened silently, with the kind of presence that makes a person feel safe. Then, without a word, he stood up and picked up a large clay pot nearby. The monk began filling the pot with sand. A handful, and then another, and another. Aaron watched, puzzled. When the pot was full and heavy, the monk handed it to him. "Carry this." Aaron tried. His arms dropped. His shoulders shook. He could barely take 2 steps. "Master, it's too heavy." The monk nodded. "Put it down." Aaron did, exhaling in relief. Then the monk lifted a second pot. The same size, the same shape, but completely empty. He gave it to Aaron. "Now carry this." Aaron lifted it effortlessly. The monk met his eyes. "This heavy pot is your mind. When you fill it with unnecessary worries, fears of the future, fears of judgment, fears of problems that don't exist." He tapped the empty pot. "And this is your mind. When you return to the present moment." A quiet understanding began to dawn inside Aaron. The monk spoke softly. "You believe you're carrying life, Aaron. But what you're actually carrying are your thoughts about life." Aaron looked at the heavy pot of sand. "And Master, how do I empty it?" The monk smiled, calm, warm, wise. "By noticing what you put into it." He ran his fingers through the sand. "One small worry seems harmless. So you add it, then another, and another, until your mind is overflowing with weight that doesn't belong to you." He placed a gentle hand on Aaron's shoulder. "You were not born to carry the sky, Aaron. You were born to live. Simply, freely, peacefully." Something inside Aaron softened, like a knot finally loosening. As the last light of sunset faded behind the hills, Aaron looked at the 2 pots again. The heavy pot was his mind, filled with imagined disasters. The empty pot was his heart. When he stopped feeding fear, he understood. Life wasn't heavy. His thoughts made it heavy. The future didn't hurt him. His imagination did. People weren't judging him. His fear was. Nothing in his life was broken. Only his thoughts kept creating storms that were never real. And when those thoughts lost power, the weight disappeared. Aaron walked home slowly, not anxious, but clear. He stopped asking, "What if I fail? What will people think? What if everything goes wrong?" Instead, he asked, "What can I do today? What step can I take now? What thought am I choosing to carry?" Day by day, his mind grew lighter. His heart grew freer. For the first time in years, Aaron slept peacefully, not because life changed, but because he did. And this part is for you. Just like Aaron, you may be carrying sand that was never meant for you. Worries about the future, fear of failure, concern about what others think, expectations you forced on yourself. But remember, your mind becomes heavy only when you keep adding to it. Pause, observe your thoughts, and ask yourself, is this worth carrying? Because the moment you put down the sand, you discover something powerful. Your life was always lighter than you believed, and the weight you felt was never life. It was only your thoughts. Don't forget to subscribe for more such stories.